Background and history. 1. Crimea has a rich historical context, with a history that includes ancient civilizations and various conquerors. 2. The region's strategic significance is closely tied to its location on the Black Sea and its role in trade and military campaigns. 3. In 1954, Crimea was transferred from the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic to the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic during the Soviet era. Territorial claims. 1. Crimea is at the center of conflicting territorial claims between Ukraine and Russia. 2. Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 followed a controversial referendum, which Ukraine and much of the international community consider illegitimate. 3. Crimea's geopolitical importance extends to its access to the Black Sea and its valuable natural resources. Key players. 1. Key figures in the conflict include Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian leaders who have influenced the course of the crisis. 2. The Crimean Tatar population's experiences and aspirations play a significant role, with many opposing Russian annexation. 3. International actors, such as the United States and the European Union, have responded to the crisis, impacting its trajectory. International recognition. 1. The majority of countries in the international community do not recognize Russia's claim to Crimea, supporting Ukraine's territorial integrity. 2. Sanctions imposed on Russia by Western nations are one of the tools used to pressure Russia regarding Crimea. 3. Organizations like the United Nations have been involved in addressing the situation, though their efforts have faced challenges. Current status. 1. The current situation in Crimea involves governance under Russian control, a strong Russian military presence, and limited Ukrainian influence. 2. Ongoing tensions include periodic flare-ups along the Ukraine-Russia border, leading to concerns about further conflict. 3. The Crimean Tatar minority faces challenges, including restrictions on their cultural and political rights, and displacement. Conflict resolution efforts. 1. Various efforts have been made to resolve the conflict, including diplomatic talks and peace initiatives. 2. Obstacles to finding a lasting solution include differing sovereignty claims, the presence of separatist movements, and geopolitical interests. 3. International frameworks like the Minsk agreements and the Normandy format have been used in negotiations. Humanitarian impact. 1. The conflict has had humanitarian consequences for the local population, including displacement and difficulties accessing services. 2. Crimean Tatars and Ukrainians living in Crimea have faced challenges to their rights and identity. 3. Human rights violations and restrictions on freedom of expression are concerns in the region. Geopolitical implications. 1. The Crimea conflict has broader geopolitical implications, impacting Russia's relations with Western nations. 2. Ukraine's pursuit of closer ties with the European Union and NATO is influenced by the conflict. 3. Energy resources and the strategic importance of the Black Sea are factors in the region's geopolitical dynamics. Legal framework. 1. The conflict has legal aspects under international law, with Ukraine asserting its sovereignty and territorial integrity. 2. Russia justifies its actions based on its interpretation of the self-determination principle and the results of the controversial referendum. 3. Enforcing international law in the context of Crimea remains challenging due to political considerations. Potential solutions. 1. Various potential solutions to the Crimea conflict include diplomatic negotiations, autonomy arrangements, or a peaceful referendum. 2. Each solution has its pros and cons, with differing feasibility and acceptance levels. 3. International mediators and confidence-building measures may play a role in achieving a resolution. Media and public perception. 1. Media coverage significantly influences public opinion and government policies regarding the Crimea conflict. 2. Disinformation campaigns and propaganda have been used to shape perceptions on both sides of the conflict. 3. Russian and Ukrainian media outlets present varying narratives, impacting global understanding of the situation. Future outlook. 1. The future of Crimea remains uncertain, with possibilities ranging from continued tensions to diplomatic breakthroughs or a change in status. 2. The Crimean Tatar and Ukrainian populations have agency in shaping the region's destiny, and their aspirations will play a role. 3. Diplomacy and international cooperation are essential for resolving this protracted conflict with far-reaching consequences.